Alright, just renting a car rental because my car crashed. But before we talk about the topic, this Picanto, very fuel efficient, even though it's down there, but it's alright. Let's start the topic. Alright, good. How's it going, everyone? It's been a long time. I've been driving, finished my work, and this topic has got me into thinking about it. And I think the reason behind is how spoiled us individuals are for the comfort level X, Y, and Z, right? Now, obviously, this particular topic has got me into thinking in a different way that we individuals, right? Now, we individuals have, always wanted to climb the high money or X, Y, and Z. But when there's a great opportunity from a further distance, it's really stopping us because we like to have our comfort, our little bubble. This the way how it goes. Now, when I think about this, I think about, many people say like, well, Chinese people are rich, Chinese people this and that. Before I talk, let me merge this or else I can't see from this car. Cool. And everyone's rush hour, 6 in the morning. Okay. Many of the Chinese who established businesses or went out their way did very successfully is the countryside or the regional side. Right? They'll hustle. They'll go anywhere, whether in China we call it province, right? Or in the Western world we can call it cities and states, right? Now, when I look into it, and many of the comfort, especially the educated people or those who come from a good family, right? Now, when they come from that sort of background, right, they tend to be picky and choosy, right? That's what I get to see. But into surviving in the Western world, you got to be a mentality of foreign, what's that word? Mentality like what I mentioned before. But the ones that killing the most is the international students. But I am discussing that later on. I'm not gonna later in a different video because it's a very separate video to discuss about. Now, when I think about when I give like those who are giving me the advice or anything, those from the country or those from the regional, wherever they come from, they're more hustlers, right? And they're willing to do anything. And that sort of mentality that says yes to money or whatever, it becomes more hungry and successful and will go outside their beyond their means to the comfort zone. When you're in your comfort zone or you belong in this category or social status, you belong in there. You can't just think outside the box. And this is where it becomes like, when you go to the field that's very dominant in that sort of area, you've been outcompeted. Or when you go to the job interview, questionnaires or group interviews, you've been outcompeted because you deserve, or you saying to yourself, I deserve 80k a year or whatever, blah 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 blah. But where those who come from, ooh la la, look at that new Supra yellow one, ooh la la. Okay, when you have like that, it really crushes people. And no matter what I'm gonna say, no matter what I'm gonna do, no matter what sort of advice, it's come back to this square, right? If you're coming from a comfort level or highly educated, because it takes me, I don't know, 4 years or 7 years or 8 years, I invested myself to do this sort of course or get to my level, whatever. But in Australia, it's really not really like, intellectual. Because it's very high demand. There's oversupply of those who are getting an educated undergraduate or postgraduate and coming out and expecting they're going to get X, Y, and Z job. They're only good in theory and textbook, but in the real world, it's not the way how it is. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the best, but I'm willing to learn, starting from the bottom or anything. And my former landlord's been telling me when he runs his own accountant firm business is that the one that works hard, the best and the hardest, is not the ones that's undergraduate or postgraduate. The ones that are working the best, or those who has experience, the one that works the best is started from the bottom, because you absorb like a sponge. You're not talk back. Maybe you start from the bottom, learn it from the hard way, and you slowly work your way up as part of the discipline or X, Y, and Z, right? Responsibility and everything like that. But the moment that you're undergraduate or postgraduate, or you're that sort of, you're only comfort in your level. Like, I'm not going to do admin work. I'm not going to take the trash out or X, Y, Z. You guys kind of get what I'm saying. But when you have like that, like, you're supposed to be a teamwork in the company. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're 80 or 100 or 150k or whatever, or below 80. But there's a role for everyone. Yeah, it may not be you do that, but this is where the problematic of your comfort of your level, where the other one is eager to learn, eager to do everything, eager to even take your skills as well. So this comfort level, or even travel from the distance to get into that sort of work or extra money. I think the problem with when you're comfortable, you don't want to go to that extent, and that's where the problematic to most of us is like that, where you're supposed to go out and learn. It is different. It may be the same thing, but it may work differently because of the regional, the people, or everything like that. It works differently. That's what I'm trying to say about this in this video, is that it's better not to be closed-minded and be open-minded and see it from there, because everyone is different depending on which one it is, right? So yeah.